Sagittarius, anciently identified with the Asian sun god Asa or Ahura, is not a centaur here, but a mounted archer, ranging over Richmond Park and drawn by its footpaths and roads. His bow, the Thames curve, aiming for the stars, specifically the bull's-eye Aldebaran across the river. The very shape of the park reveals his hooded head and shoulders. Note how the Thames bends allow for his horse's head and legs. Did Ahura become Arthur? There are two Arthur roads on this figure. Or is he Robin Hood? This figure is hooded. Both heroes belong more to sun myth than history. Both stood against oppression, had zodiacal bands, a queen, a peerless lieutenant, and a counsellor. Both were betrayed, and dying sent a last sun ray to earth. Arthur's sword into the lake, Robin's arrow into the forest. Robin Hood games were played for centuries in Kingston. A Robin Hood roundabout, park gate, pub and lane all remember him here. He's not confined to Sherwood. Robin Hood's hill was a mound, now gone, in the old deer park. Archery is still practiced in both parks. He's not only an archer. Ruled by Jupiter, he's the Zodiac's philosopher king. Aptly enough, Bertrand Russell was reared at Pembroke Lodge in Richmond Park, and there are other philosophers who lived from time to time on his figure. The Richmond end of the park has wide-ranging views to Windsor Castle, and St. Paul's can be seen on the famous mound, where Henry VIII, they say, paused from hunting to see the signal of Anne Boleyn's execution in the Tower. There are Sagittarian riders aplenty here, and polo is only played on this effigy, nowhere else on the Zodiac. Many clues hint at this Sagittarian figure hanging upside down in the park. Gallows Pond is his eye, below his domed brow, near Kingston Gate. From here, the road to Richmond Gate bends round Royal Thatched Lodge to form his nose. His heart is heart-shaped Isabella plantation, blood-red with blossom in the spring. Spanker's Wood spanks his and his horse's rump near Chowhole Gate. Mind-boggling names. Pen Ponds, still potently erect, are just where you'd expect, though he's the declining sun of December. But the Star and Garter near his knee at Richmond Gate is ready to receive all ageing heroes. The Spur Inn on his heel, now closed, was a curious coincidence, though it was named from a railway spur at Caine. Black and white horsed pubs abound on his figure. Preeminent among them all, of course, is Putney's splendid spotted horse. Richmond and Kew still have a royal air, though Sheen's old palace has gone, with only its gatehouse to remind us it was there. Beneath it, on the horse's front leg, ghostly hoofbeats are still occasionally heard, where the opportunist Carew waited for the dying Queen Elizabeth's ring to be dropped to him, so he could gallop to Scotland and give it to James I. Kewfoot Road is on his mount's front foot, and Kew Road, which draws the other front leg, was earlier called Horse Lane. Kew Gardens, with its royal beasts, still keeps its palace. How fortunate we are that kings have preserved so much of this Sagittarian figure for us. Merlin, his druid advisor, even had a grotto here in the 18th century. But Merlin, hoary with ancient wisdom, really belongs to Capricorn, just over the river.